Yo, 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 what's up, guys? We here with Jeremy with the second place deck profile of the locals. What you play?
I played Centurion.
You want to hop right into it, or you got shout outs or anything?
Yeah, sure. Shout out this guy. I beat him round 2 because we only test against Rogue. He just plays VS. So I was so ready for the VS matchup, but not ready for U-Bell, which was my only loss.
Shout out Dakota. Deck profile on the channel.
Yeah, coming up. So besides that, shout out Casey. Shout out Zabe. Keep his channel for all TCG games now, not just Yu-Gi-Oh.
Subscribe to Nerd.
Yeah, subscribe to Nerd Home.
If you don't, you have to fall asleep somewhere that you don't want to.
Sure. And besides that, I'll get right into it. So it's pretty standard for the bestial version. I just played 3 Primera, 3 Trudeo, 1 Autry, 1 Gargoyle. This is super standard. It's nothing that makes sense. This card's crazy. This card is like the best card in your deck. It's like weird because sometimes when you draw it, it sucks. But having the ability to just recycle a draw 1 every turn.
I like drawing cards.
Yeah,
personally.
it's just the advantage of this like deck is just insane, and this is like one of the best cards for it.
If you gave me the option to either draw or not draw, I'm drawing.
Yeah, 100%. Especially in this format where hand traps are so important. So the other engine we played was the Bestial package. I don't know why I said we. It's the locals.
You and I.
Yeah, you and I. Thank you. One of each. Originally this was 2 Druids, but I like Baldrake. Baldrake comes up a lot, and it's a really crazy card. A lot of the time now, if I don't feel like I'm going to make Chaos Angel, I just search Baldrake to have that extra. And then obviously the 3 Lebellion to search. And I'll go ahead and put this one up as well. Regained, just more draw power. Card's crazy. None of this is new.
Does it help your engine last longer at all?
So it's kind of weird. Originally I was playing this, and then I cut it to play the cash package instead, because you can do a cool thing with the cash package where if you don't have any engine, because this doesn't inherently get your engine started. It is like a free level 8 technically, but it's a little bit like dicey because you have to have a light or dark in the graveyard that's not this to get this on field.
Yeah.
Whereas the cash package, the cool play you could do is you special Fenrir, normal Valor, sync those into the 8 and search Emblema, and then you can get your engine going.
Hey, yo, that is kind of cool. Turning your non-engine into engine is always nice.
And you have more room. The reason I went back to this is the draw power, because it's just like your deck inherently just outgrinds every deck, and you want to like stick to that grinding. You want to simplify the game so you can just outgrind the decks that you play against. Hand traps.
This is the fun part.
Yeah, 2 Ogre, 3 Droll, 3 Valor, 3 Ash, 2 Mourner, and I'll just throw them out there, the 3 Imperm. So what is this, like
16?
16, and then if you count the Bestials, 19. Sorry, my sleeves are grimy. This is pretty standard. This card's crazy. This card's really good.
Better than Imperm Valor, or just like it's good having multiple?
It's good having multiple, and honestly, like this sometimes feels better than Valor, just because we have Tempai here. We have a lot of decks that play Shifter, VS, and so this card's crazy. And just having another like Valor or Imperm is crazy sometimes. This card's nuts. I don't own the Mulch Armies. If I did, I'd side them, but this card's crazy. Every deck that isn't playing Mulch Armies in the main, and even if you are, should play this card. It's just disgusting. It passes turns.
That's basically winning a turn.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically winning a turn. For the Centurion spells, I played 1 Wake Up.
Wake up!
Glad someone did it. 3 Emblema, and then 4 Field Spell. I didn't play Bonds. So that was the thing. I watched Schmidt's list, and Schmidt was talking about how he didn't play Bonds, and I actually agreed with it. He says how it's just like a bad one of the draw, which is true, but I also thought that about like how many times when I was playing Bonds did that card really win me any games? It was maybe like 1 time or like 2 times out of the millions of times I drew that card, and it was just like, why the fuck I hate this card? It's stuck in my hand. So I cut Bonds, and it felt great. It felt amazing. I did not miss Bonds once since I've cut it. I've cut it for a couple weeks, and I think I've topped a couple locals. And then the last one is Phalanx. I play I could be convinced to play 2 of this because it's like crazy when you draw it. But I wanted to see as much non-engine as possible because this deck can't win going second if you don't see at least 2 to 3 hand traps. But you definitely still need to play 1.
Doesn't seem the best at breaking boards on its own.
It's not. It's going second. Like if you don't see enough hand traps, like you're cooked. Also, these 2 being able to set up the Crimson to Blazar line is just crazy. Bye, Mike.
Mike's on his way to get a burger.
Yeah, so that was the main deck. It was a clean 40. I'll go extra deck. Love that guy. So I'll go with the Centurion Synchros first. I played 2 of this guy. This card's really good. Searches Emblema, gets you into your draw power just because you go Emblema, search You search Emblema, place Autry summon, draw 1. It gets you the ball rolling. 1 Ox, 2 Legatia. Legatia is better than Auxilla. Auxilla comes up a lot when you're trying to set up your turn 1 Blazar, but Legatia's draw is so good because you have so many powerful cards you can draw into. That's the thing that feels really good about this deck. Is like I'll have a lot of hands where I'll open like just like all engine of Centurion cards, but I know that I'm gonna at least draw like 1 to 2 cards on my turn, so that can be more hand traps. That can be the bestial package to get more draw power. Like Legatia is probably was the best card today, and I think it's the better one of the two.
It kind of reminds me of Sword Soul, except like you have one card combos instead of two.
Exactly. And then the best cards in the deck, the Crimson and Cosmic. This card's insane. This card is so stupid. I think I used every single Cosmic effect. I negated a battle phase, I negated a summon, and I negated plenty of effects. This card is disgusting.
Negate a battle phase probably destroys Senpai.
It's an
right?
FTK against Tenpai. It's actually insane. The Tenpai matchup is like so free, except if you're playing Lyle, because he always draws the outs. But the Tenpai matchup's so free because you have this, and then the Auxilla protects all face-up spell traps. So if they draw Storm, nothing gets destroyed, and then you make this, they go battle, and then you just end the battle phase.
I want to use that triple tactic talent and take someone's Aux so I could say, hey, yo, pass me the Aux.
And then just be like, all right, I'll scoop.
Yeah, that's my dream. Once I commit the dream, I'm good.
I should have drew.
The last two. This card actually came up a couple times today, which normally it doesn't, but I love this card. I love Dragon Link, so I love being able to play this. It's cool. It's I think I made this against you to turn off Raisin on his turn because he ultimate slayered my Cosmic, which is crazy. And I was like, well, I need to shut off Raisin because I knew his last card was Raisin. So I just made this to negate Raisin, and I had enough advantage to just push through, like, what was it, a Rock Raisin next?
Yo, which Potter?
This Potter.
It's this Potter.
The Chaos Angel's crazy. This comes up a lot when you get to like the Druid lines or anything. It's just like if you don't want to make a second Cosmic, and it's like it feels like a Guardian Chimera. It feels like a Guardian Chimera for Synchros because if you make this with Druis, you banish one and then you Druis send another. So it's just another send two. And then if you summon Autry, you draw one. So it actually just feels like a Guardian Chimera.
That is kind of crazy.
Also relevant whenever you bring back all regained.
Yeah, exactly.
Like bringing back the free bodies off.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have so many bodies to synchro with. For the last couple cards, I played. I'll do links. This card came up. This card came up. These two came up to Out of Aguska. These two never came up. I love Seals. Never came up. It was very sad. I thought about putting Super Poly in, and I've been testing it online. I actually really like it. And if I were to cut things, you just cut these two. And then if you even want to make more space, you could cut like one of this for the 3 Super Poly targets that you want to play. Or if you just want to play 2, you could cut to these 2. I'm going to keep messing around with that, but it's just a thought process. There's also other synchros you could play over this. Like, I definitely think you just need to play these 2. And then the last card was Typhon. Came up one time when I was losing, so that sucks, but I have the room for it, so it's like I might as well play it.
Did it help you get out of that spot when you were losing or no?
No, but Typhon has helped me out of spots. Like, it's just like such a good card that if your deck can afford to like play, if you have the extra deck space, it's like it might get you out of a spot. It's like, why not? So now we'll go to the side deck. The side deck is disgusting. My side deck was terrible today, but I did play the best card in the game, so it doesn't matter, and that is this card. This is the reason to play Centurion, if I'm being dead serious. Like, this card is disgusting. It's an FTK every time I summon it. And the really cool thing about Centurion is, like, when you get to the Auxilla line, you put your opponent in such a tough spot because they can't Lightning Storm get rid of this with this up. You put them in a spot where if they have Cosmic, they have to pick between this or the field spell. Mm-hmm. And you can play under this. So
what does this do? They can't be destroyed?
All face-up cards, spell traps can't be destroyed.
By their card effect or by what? So like
by
this
opponent's card effect.
Oh, so during the second standby, this would still blow up?
Yeah, this will
I thought it protected for a second. I was like, yo, you just leave them locked forever?
No, that'd be crazy. But this card, like, they can't, no meta deck right now can play under this except for Centurion and, like, Labyrinth.
Does it beat the new decks coming out?
It's good against Malice. I think it does. It depends on what Rizal opens because like they can inherently summon themselves. I haven't tested them against the new decks, but like just being able to, they can't special from deck and they can't add cards from hands except by
then it's just on Labyrinth too.
Yeah, but if they just set like
like 4
I'm talking about like Super Frac Lab. You know what I mean? Not Super Frac. Miss that guy. Miss that card. So that card was crazy. I played Judgments as well. This card was fun. It came up one time, but you don't need it. It's
6 going first card seems like a lot, but you have so many going second cards that it makes sense.
You play enough hand traps where it's like You feel pretty confident. This would be Molch Armies if I owned them. Speaking of Molch Armies if I owned them, these would be Molch Armies. These cards never came up once. This was because I got here and I had 12 cards and I could only find my tactics. Never came up once. Like, it's cute. Like, maybe I side them in, but in a hand trap, like in a deck that's built to go grind and get into hand trap wars, like you're never putting this in over hand traps.
Yeah.
The Dark Ruler I might keep, honestly. I think Dark Ruler is a pretty good card right now. A lot of like Snake Eye, this just helps because yeah, you play a lot of hand traps, but there's times where it's like if you don't open enough hand traps, this is just like can be the third card off the third like going second card off the top that gets you there.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. And I wanted a card where it's like, all right, I'm not completely cooked if I don't open enough hand traps. And then the last card, Cosmics. These cards are disgusting.
That card's in every side deck
Yeah, it's
right
in
now.
every
It's
side
nice.
deck. It's good into every matchup. It's just generically good. I didn't put it in that much today because I didn't run into many matchups where it'd come up today. Like, I put it in against Ubel and didn't see it. I put it in against Russell and I saw it, and that was kind of cool. And then I think that was it. But this card has come up so much. Like, it's just standard. You got to play it. So that was the deck.
Sick. Well, thank you for the profile.
Thank you so much.